Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Giselle Mills for those of you who are new, and welcome back to my subscribers. As you can see from the title of this video, I am about to give some advice to a very frustrated individual who sent me an email. Here on my channel I cover different topics, mainly about my magazine, Patrice Magazine. I give inspirational advice and content, as well as material covering books, book reviews, and vlogs about my daily life and activities. But today's video will be an advice video, and hopefully the advice that I'm going to give will help persons who may be in a similar situation to the individual who sent me an email. Now, I started giving advice on my website, gisellemills.com. I will put the link to my website and all my social media handles in the description below. So if you also may want some advice, maybe you're not comfortable asking somebody who lives around you and you want the point of view of an unbiased person, feel free to send me an email. I'll also put my email address in the description bar below. This question from a girl named Trisha, and I'm reading it off of my iPad right now. Trisha says, "Dear Giselle, I've been working at my current job for the past year and I hate it. The work is boring. It's a mindless desk job and I don't get to use the degree that I studied extremely hard to obtain. I dread going to work every day. I'm really frustrated. What should I do? Regards, Trisha." Alright, Trisha, so basically you're saying you're stuck in a dead-end boring job, right? Now, I intend to give advice which is practical, helpful, and straight to the point. First of all, Trisha, you have a job which is great. As in, the fact that you have a job is great, particularly in these very hard economic times. Whatever country you live in, I'm sure everybody is not employed. There's no country where there's 100% employment rate, right? So, therefore, there are people who are unemployed and looking for jobs, right? Despite the fact that you say it's boring, I don't doubt you that it may be boring to you, particularly as you say you can't use your degree that you studied for at this job. So despite it being boring, I would first of all tell you to count your blessings. I don't know if that might seem cliche or not, but that's what I would do for sure, because I have lots of friends who are unemployed, although we've been finished with school for over 2 years now and they still can't find a decent job, or at least a job that they like. And even though you may have found a job and you still don't like it, I would still say to be grateful, number one, that you have a source of income. It's still something, you know, it's something to be grateful for. You have a job, even if it's boring. Many people want a job. They even want your boring job. So if it's way too boring and you're really frustrated, you can't deal with it anymore, well, quit. You know, quit. Leave the job and find something else that would give you fulfillment. So option one, quit. Option two, Trisha, if you're not able to quit, because I could hear you now saying, well, I don't know you, but perhaps you may be saying, but I can't afford to quit. You know, I need the money. I think most of us work because we need to make an income, right? So if you don't want to quit, if that's too hard or drastic of a measure to take, how about applying for a transfer? I don't know what kind of job you're in. Perhaps you work in a big company where there are different departments. If so, I would apply for a transfer to a division which is perhaps more challenging for you, something that would stimulate your intellect, something that would make you happy, right? So option two, transfer to a new post if possible. Option number three, Trisha, I would advise that if you're not going to quit and you're not able to transfer, or you don't want to for whatever reason, evaluate what you do on a daily basis and think, can I perform my tasks in a more creative way, in a way that makes me happier or a way that challenges me? You say you have a desk job. Maybe you make phone calls very often. Maybe you could put more joy, happiness, buoyancy in your voice when you're calling the clients. Who knows, maybe you could engage them in conversation. You know, just be creative. If you have to send out memos, you could give it a little artistic flair, providing, of course, that's permissible. Or, you know, just personalize documents, do something creative. Because in the end, Trisha, it's up to you to find happiness, not your job. Your job can't give you that happiness. Everybody has to find their own source of happiness. Of course, the job could be the vehicle for you to, experience joy and happiness. But when it comes to the root of the matter, you are in charge of your happiness and how fulfilled you feel. So try and perform your task in a more creative and fun-filled way. Sit down and actually think about how you can do so that it could give you some kind of motivation to make you think, you know what, this task, this job, it isn't so bad. I would also advise perhaps you could talk to your boss, your manager, whoever is above you, your supervisor, and let them know what your issues are. Express your concerns. Let them know, you're not feeling challenged and you are willing to perhaps maybe take on more work or a different type of work. Just be careful in how you express your views, because you don't want to seem ungrateful. You don't want to get fired. Find out, maybe there are opportunities for promotion in your job. Who knows? So keep your ears, your eyes open, look around, find out from your peers, see what they're doing. See if you could assist them maybe. But of course, don't throw your own work aside. Make sure you complete your work. And then, of course, take on more if you can. So, to recap, Patricia, number one, if it's just too extremely boring and you're absolutely fed up, quit. But if you're not able to quit, as I said, apply for a transfer. That's the second option. To perhaps a different division in your company if it's big enough, if it has different divisions. Apply for a division which will stimulate you, which will challenge you and allow you to feel a bit more fulfilled. Option number three, I said, to try and perform your tasks, whatever they may be, in a more creative way, in a more fun-filled way that will stimulate your mind and not have you feeling bored at your job. And my fourth point was to have a chat with your boss, with your manager, and let them know, how you're feeling right now. On the other hand, you don't want to be underperforming because you're so bored, you're ignoring your tasks. Make sure you get your work done, because if you're not doing your work because you find it too boring, you know what may happen? You might just get fired. And hey, maybe you want to be fired, I don't know, but I would not recommend setting yourself up to be fired. If you have to leave the job, I would suggest that you send in your letter of resignation as opposed to deliberately trying to get fired, so you can get a proper reference letter when you leave. And above all, Trisha, as I said from the start, you should be very grateful that you have a job. Yes, I know it may be boring, you hate it, you don't want to get up in the morning to go to your work. But think of the alternative, Trisha. As I said, there's so many people unemployed right now, all over the world, in your country, in your community, everywhere. There's so many who are desperate and starving and hungry to have the opportunities that you have currently. So yes, although your job is boring and you're not fulfilled, you're not happy, if you're going to stay in the job, you have to make it work for you. As I said, try and be creative. You have to figure it out and not just sit back and complain and whine. This is a job you're in right now. It's not a job you're going to be in forever. So while you're in this job right now, try to make the best of it. And at the same time, keep your ears and eyes open for opportunities, whether it's for advancement within the same company or apply for new jobs. Look for other jobs out there while you're still in this one. So don't just complain. Take active steps to improve your condition, to improve your job life, your work life. And as I said, be grateful overall that you have a steady source of income coming in every month or how often you get paid. There's so many people who wish they could have your job or be in a position where, they could work and get a salary so that they could make a living, they could pay their bills, have food, and have a good standard of living. So Trisha, I hope this helped in some way, and I also hope it helps anyone else who may be facing a similar situation. So guys, if you have a boring job, hold on to it, make it work for you until you're able to move on to something better. Just be grateful. Look at the fact that yes, I have a job, I am making money despite the fact that I'm not being challenged and I don't like it. So guys, if you have any other tips or advice that could help Trisha or anybody else in a situation, leave it down below in the comments. Let's share all our tips so maybe we can help each other out as well. And if you also have any questions or so that you may want me to address, you could send me an email. You can be anonymous, of course. I won't say your name if you don't want me to. Send me an email to my email address down below. It's askgisellemills@gmail.com. I'll put it up on the screen as well somewhere. Now, if you aren't subscribed already, please feel free to subscribe. Just click that subscription button down below, that red button somewhere down there, and hit that notification bell as well after you subscribe so that you will always be notified whenever I post a new video. So guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped some of you out there. And if so, please feel free to let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.